What do we want? Starmer out! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Starmer out! When do we want it? Now! Starmer is a wanker! Starmer is a wanker! Starmer is a wanker!
In recent months, a growing wave of discontent has swept across the United Kingdom, particularly among those who consider themselves patriots.
Your popularity has collapsed more significantly after winning an election than any other Prime Minister in modern history. Is that because you essentially misled the country during the election and you've raised taxes in a way that no one was expecting or voted for?
Many of these individuals have increasingly voiced their frustrations towards Prime Minister Keir Starmer, leading to public confrontations and protests that highlight a significant rift between the government and a substantial portion of the electorate.
Get Starmer out! Get him out! Get him out!
This video explores the various instances where Prime Minister Keir Starmer has been openly disgraced by the UK, citizens calling him traitor. So if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. The frustrations of UK patriots have manifested in increasingly vocal public confrontations. One notable incident occurred when Starmer was approached by a man on the street who accused him of betraying Britain.
You have failed me.
Thank you. Okay.
I've been a Labour voter my entire life. You have failed to be the opposition. You have failed to ask whether lockdown was functioning.
Just behind. Can we just
Do you understand?
Shall we go on in?
Thousands of people have died because you have failed to do your job and ask the real questions. Well, I am telling you now, and I hope this goes out, you have failed this country. You have seriously failed.
This exchange highlighted the growing tension between the Prime Minister and a segment of the population that feels unheard. The man's assertion that protests are erupting across the country underscored a broader sentiment. Many believe that Starmer is out of touch with the realities faced by everyday citizens. Starmer's response to this confrontation, claiming he didn't understand the man's concerns, only seemed to deepen the divide.
Get Starmer out!
Such interactions signal a troubling trend for his administration, as they reveal a leader increasingly isolated from the electorate. When citizens feel compelled to publicly disgrace their Prime Minister, it raises serious questions about his ability to govern effectively and maintain public support. Another significant moment occurred when a group of British patriots confronted Starmer as he exited Parliament, branding him a traitor.
You statist! You're a child abuser! You child abuser!
This incident is emblematic of a broader wave of dissatisfaction that permeates the UK. Reports suggest that approximately 3/4 of the population is unhappy with Starmer's leadership, with many calling for his resignation.
Your popularity has collapsed more significantly after winning an election than any other Prime Minister in modern history. Is that because you essentially misled the country during the election and you've raised taxes in a way that no one was expecting or voted for?
The frustration is palpable, and the demand for a leader who will defend and advocate for the interests of British citizens is growing louder. As protests and public outcries continue, it becomes increasingly clear that Starmer faces a formidable challenge. The discontent is not merely about policy differences, it reflects a fundamental crisis of trust. The perception that the Prime Minister prioritises certain groups over others has galvanised a movement that seeks to hold him accountable for his actions and decisions.
They were all down there kicking off and throwing bricks, right? Can you see my finger? Then the other lads started, and then while the police were busy trying to keep the English lads back, Muslim lads have come from here, hit this poor lad with a hammer in the head, and I don't know what they've done with him. I thought they'd killed him.
At the heart of the discontent lies a perception that Keir Starmer, who assumed office with promises of unity and progress, has failed to prioritise the concerns of British citizens. Critics argue that his administration has been more focused on addressing the needs of foreigners, often at the expense of the very people who elected him.
Has been driven by the need to respond to both these tragedies, to stand by the right to self-defence of any nation which suffers terrorism on this scale, alongside the basic human rights of innocent Palestinians caught once again in the crossfire.
This sentiment has fueled accusations that Starmer is operating a two-tier system, where the grievances of UK patriots are overlooked or dismissed in favour of those from other communities. This perceived neglect has not gone unnoticed. Many citizens feel that their problems, be it economic struggles, housing shortages, or social issues, are being sidelined. The stark contrast in treatment between UK citizens and specific groups has led to feelings of betrayal among those who once supported him. The notion that the government is prioritising certain demographics over others has sparked outrage, with many calling for a leader who will listen and respond to their needs. As we look to the future, the question remains, what will it take for Keir Starmer to regain the trust of the British public? The discontent among UK patriots is a powerful indicator that change is necessary. Many citizens are yearning for a leader who will not only hear their grievances, but also take decisive action to address them. The growing frustration with Starmer's leadership reflects a broader trend in politics, where leaders are increasingly judged not only by their policies, but by their ability to connect with the people they serve. As public confrontations become more frequent, it is imperative for Starmer to re-evaluate his approach and prioritise the needs of his constituents. In conclusion, the rising tide of discontent among UK patriots serves as a wake-up call for Prime Minister Keir Starmer. To navigate these turbulent waters, he must seek to bridge the gap between his administration and the people, ensuring that their voices are not only heard but also acted upon. If he fails to do so, the calls for change may only grow louder, echoing through the streets of Britain as a reminder that the government must truly serve its citizens.
In that manifesto, Prime
We
Minister.
inherited a very badly damaged economy. We audited the books and found £22 billion missing. We've had to do the responsible thing, which is to stabilise the economy, to make sure we're putting the investment in for the future. That's what matters to me. And the outcomes are what matters. 40,000 extra appointments each and every week to bring the waiting list down. Making sure we've got the right teachers in the right numbers in our schools so every child can go as far as their talents will take them. And making sure that we've got houses that are affordable for everybody across the country. That's what I came into politics to do. That's what I wake up every day and drives me to take decisions we do.
Prime Minister, people feel blindsided by this. That's the issue. It wasn't, none of this was in the manifesto.
We've made the choices and put those choices before the country in our budgets. And I think the vast majority of people are going to say, if this is going to improve the NHS, if we're going to make sure